Hey,
I was trying to figure out how to get it to work.
you did.
Perfect.
I can see you and hear you, which is awesome.
Perfect.
Hi, Divine. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi. I can
Hi.
hear you.
Here.
What's that?
Am I the only one on here now?
Yeah.
No, I'm here.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's just three of us so far.
Mhm.
So we've got a few more minutes.
Okay.
Man, I'm gonna have to take better notes than I used to.
I know it's going to be different.
Yeah.
Are both of you all staring with your parents right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're both in Lexington.
Yes.
For now, I move into my apartment in the middle of April, but
Oh, wow.
Lord knows if that's actually gonna happen.
I hope so.
I do
Good
too.
luck.
Thank you.
Girl. How was you guys' breaks?
It was good. I just kind of hung out in town. Can't really do anything. So,
Yeah.
what about you?
I was supposed to go to Florida. That got canceled. So
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Sorry. Hi,
Yeah.
Grace. She's still connecting, I think.
I think so.
Hi. And Abby. Hey, Grace.
She's trying to figure it out.
I'm not sure if she's got her audio on yet. Hi, Abby. Let's see. Cool. All right, Abby, your audio is on. I got it now.
There it is. Now we can hear.
Awesome. I'll mute everybody in a minute, kind of when we get started. But for now, I'll just let you all make sure everything's working and check in. Hi, Hannah.
Hey, can you just give me a second? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
Can.
I couldn't hear anything for a second.
Yeah. We're just chilling out for a minute before we get started. I'm just going to be checking people in. Hey, Sophia. Oh, she's gone. Hey, Hagen. All right, everybody. Welcome back. I know we're going to have a bunch of new people kind of joining. I went ahead and muted everyone just so that it's not crazy loud and you're not like concerned about your breathing and typing and things like that. So this is how we're going to do class basically once a week. I think that it will be good for us to have that moment in time where we just kind of regroup and get together, especially since this was an in-person class and none of us anticipated doing this online. And that's just kind of where we're at. And I'm doing my best to embrace this new normal. I hope that you all are doing okay as well. I'm seeing some new people join. Hi, Haley, Max, Kyle, welcome. I think I saw Jared pop in too, so that's great. So today we are just going to do a couple of different things. Here is a bingo card. I don't have any prizes that I can figure out how to give you all just yet, but I saw this on social media the other day and I was like, well, we'll probably be saying all of these different things. And if you all want to pull that up on your phone, you can bingo along if you want to. Zoom. So our agenda today is going to be kind of a check-in with one another, and that's going to be like figuring out Zoom. I'm going to let everybody unmute themselves and say something about their, like share something about your spring break or something like that. And I'll do it like by roll, just like I normally do. And then we will kind of regroup. I'll talk about some changes that are coming to the class and what those are maybe going to look like. And then finally, we'll talk about the local community issue project, which is our next big project. We're going to take some questions about the pop culture criticism essay, which is now due on Friday. I know a lot of you are like moving in and out of dorms. This is just a really difficult time to focus. And I know that. So we'll be changing that to Friday. And then we'll talk about some next steps for what this week is going to look like specifically. So that's where we're at. I'm going to pull up my attendance sheet. And when I call your name, if you could unmute yourself and say a little bit of something about your week. If you don't want to say too much, just give us, I call it a weather report of like, how are you doing? Are you feeling like good, bad, horrible about this? How are you feeling right now? And with this kind of a thing, it's just you take it one moment at a time and do your best to cope. But I've definitely had my moments of breaking down in tears, and then the next few minutes I'm like, okay, everything's fine, the world's not falling apart. So and you might be there as well, and that's okay. So let's see, is Guillermo here?
Hello, I'm here.
Hi, awesome.
Hi, how are you?
Good,
Uh,
how are you?
Good, I'm good. I'm home. Well, I'm not in Spain. I'm still in Lexington.
Okay.
Things good with my roommates at home, just chilling.
Good. All right. Well, welcome back, Guillermo.
Thank you.
Cool. And then if you can mute your mic. And
All right.
Jared, how are you?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm okay.
You're doing okay?
Back at home in London, Kentucky. Just kind of here.
All right.
Barely left the house. You know,
Yep.
quarantine.
Quarantine. Quarantine life. All right. Thanks, Jared. Divine,
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. I've just been home quarantine. I actually haven't left the house since I came back from campus. So
Wow.
when I do go outside, it's gonna be interesting. I just don't want to risk getting sick because we have younger kids at home. So
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. Well, I
Yeah.
hope you stay well.
Yeah. Thank
And-
you.
Yeah. All right. Hannah?
Hi.
Hey.
I've been bummed. I was in Florida last week, like for spring break, and I had to leave early. So that sucked. But
Yeah.
I've been home since, just staying inside.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry about your spring break trip. That sucks. I'm gonna move this. Welcome back though. Is Bella here? I don't know if I saw her sign in or not. Bella, are you here?
I am here.
Awesome. Welcome.
Thank you. I've been pretty much at home the whole time. I went to the store like a couple times and then I
Okay.
went to Kentucky, but then just been chilling at home, really, really bored.
Yeah. That's the way it goes. Welcome. Let's see. Quinn, are you here? Maybe not. Quinn? I don't know if I saw her. Okay. Let's jump to Haley.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm home. I'm bored. I haven't left the house. Really.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Let's see. Hagen.
Hey,
Hi. How's it going?
I'm doing pretty good. Just
Good.
working every day.
Okay. Good. All right, Grace.
Hello,
Hi.
can you hear me?
I
Okay,
can.
hi. Two of my spring break trips got canceled. So then I ended up just going to the mountains, which was still pretty fun. And now I'm back home in quarantine.
Ugh,
So yeah.
sorry.
It's
Let's
all
see.
right.
All right, Max.
Hi. I just came home. I'm here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I've just been hanging out with family and stuff. So.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Let's see. Jack. Is Jack here? I don't think I've seen him on this list yet. Twin May. I know she's here.
Is it here?
Yes, I hear you.
Oh,
How's it going?
it's pretty good, but I stay in the door and I didn't move up. But probably, like I didn't do anything during the spring break. Just sat
Yeah.
down, too bored. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, Nate. How you doing?
I'm good. Can you hear
Good.
me?
I can.
Yeah, I've been condemned to my hometown, which there's nothing in, so I've just pretty much been doing nothing for the last
I'm sorry. Where are you at again?
Maysville, Kentucky.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. Elena.
I've just been home. My spring break trip was also canceled. I mean, it was a bummer, but I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
My grandma's here, so I'm living in the basement, so I've kind of just been like unpacking all my stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. Boring,
All
but
right. But
yeah.
there you are.
Yes.
All right. Abby?
Can you hear me?
I can.
I've just been like home. My family and I have rented movies on Redbox like nonstop every day. So we've been watching a lot of movies since we have to like be home. So
Yeah.
that's what we've been doing.
Okay. Sophia?
Hello? Can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, this is great. I haven't really done anything. I made my mom take me to Walmart a few days ago. That was
Okay.
kind of fun. But
All
now I'm
right.
driving up to Kentucky to move out. So
Oh, wow. Are you the one driving?
no,
Okay. Just
my
checking.
mom's driving.
Don't zoom and drive. No. Okay, good.
But yeah.
All right. All right. Let's see. Is Ola here?
Yeah, hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. I'm in Ohio. I just
Okay.
got to Ohio this weekend. I'm spending some time with family, but I have to go back to Lexington because I'm journalism major. We still have to report news, so
Yeah. Okay. All right. Emily?
Hi.
Hi.
So I got back from the beach last week, like Friday night. So I've only been home for like a couple of days, but I've just been hanging out with my siblings because we're all back. So
Yeah.
it hasn't been like too bad yet.
Yeah. Good. Let's see. Cody? Did I see Cody sign on? Maybe not. Okay. George? Is George here? Maybe not. Ethan?
I'm here.
Okay.
This all sucks. I had birthday plans and it didn't really work out, so
All right.
I'm just kind of hanging out.
I'm
So
sorry. That sucks.
yeah, it's better because I'm in Lex, so I don't have to like drive 20 hours to get my stuff out of my dorm. I can just kind of go down
Right.
the street, so it's not too bad.
Good. And Kyle? I know Kyle's here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. How's it
Uh,
going?
Pretty good. I've just been, sleeping in a lot more than usual.
Yeah. Well, that's
Especially-
good. Catch on some sleep. Good. Arisa Ryan here? I don't think so. And then Cece. Is Cece here? And I'm pretty sure Marcus is not here. He had a family tragedy. So maybe you all can be thinking about him. All right. Well, welcome everyone. I know we took a little bit extra long to do that today, but I feel like I just needed to hear from you all. I've been looking forward to this class for a while because I am really disappointed that we are not in person anymore, but we are going to make the best of it. So let's talk about, we did our check-in already. Let's talk about kind of what's going to be new. So the first thing that's new is that the pop culture criticism essay will be due on Friday instead of today. And I think that a lot of you all just need that extra time. Some of you didn't get a chance to meet with me the week before spring break just because everything got crazy and things were already starting to shut down that week. So that is due now Friday at midnight. I do believe I went ahead and changed that in Canvas the other day. So that is our new deadline. So I'll take questions about that at the end. We were also going to be working towards our group project, and this will be a little bit different than normal. Normally we do these are presentations, so they're done in class with the whole group standing up in front. I know some instructors are having, like if you take this class as an online class, you would do that as like a video. We're going to do those via Zoom, and so groups will present via Zoom. And so we'll talk more about like how is that going to work, but I think it's important to talk about how to present on Zoom and other online platforms because this is how our world is moving. And so we need to teach those things because it's not real often that people video themselves individually and then connect those presentations together. They would just do it live. So we'll talk more about that. Like our Canvas homepage is not super easy to find on the app if you're using that. But if you can log in through like Safari or something else, I have a lot of resources that are linked directly on the homepage. You can get to the homepage by clicking on pages in the iPad, I'm pretty sure, and finding it that way. It's unfortunate that that doesn't pop up. I've told Canvas, like, hey, you need to make my homepage pop up. But I've got some different resources on there for you all. Like it shows like when how to get to my office hours. It shows our brand new schedule on here. It's linked and all of that stuff. You probably can't really see it on the iPad that I'm showing you, but it's there. The other change is that instead of hosting office hours in just like a random time that I just sit there in front of my computer, you can just book basically any time. I am free literally all of the time, day or night, basically. So you can book any time with me through Doodle or email, and just let me know when do you want to meet, and we'll Zoom or FaceTime those office hours depending on what works best for you. And like I said, like I'm available all the time, just like you. I have nothing else going on except this class and my other classes. So, and most of those will be via Zoom. Actually, all of them will be. So there we go. All right. So next thing is our local community issue project. This is our big group project at the end of the semester where we move back into talking more about public speaking and talking less about writing. So once you turn in that pop culture criticism essay, there are no more essays in this class. It's all public speaking. This is a 250-point assignment. 150 points of that is dedicated to like a problem solution project on a local issue. So earlier in the semester, we talked about national, international issues. Now, a lot of our local issues have a national or international context to them, but we can still address them in a local way. And then you'll get a 50-point individual score for your own personal public speaking. So your 150-point score will be like everybody in the group will get the same score. I'll talk about how we mitigate that in a minute. And then there's a digital project. And that digital project is a 45-second to 60-second video. And how you decide to go about that video and how you decide to use it will be up to your group. You'll show it during the presentation, but that project is like very dependent on like what you decide to do with your group. And so you can like let me, or like later on this semester, we'll talk a little bit more about what that project's going to look like, how to do it, and all that kind of different stuff. So, and also feel free to type in the chat box if you have questions about anything at all. Yeah, definitely. So what I want you to be thinking about over the next couple of days is what kind of issue do you want to look at? These need to be a local issue or an international issue that you address at a local context. We're going to be going through a sequence. It's a 5-step problem-solving sequence persuasion method called Monroe's Motivated Sequence. You will be addressing a particular, very specific problem with a solution and then asking the audience to do something about it. So in the past, I've had people focus either on campus or UK related things or on Lexington. And sometimes I allow that to be like more central Kentucky or Kentucky regionally based because some of us are like from out of state or out of the country. So in the past, these issues have been everything from addressing like mental health problems on campus. Last semester, I had a student group who proposed that we put together a non-religious campus organization that addressed mental health, but met every week, kind of like a campus ministry to address student mental health. And they actually created the organization on campus. Some students propose like, how do we solve excessive drinking on campus? And they propose we make a wet campus. They pass around a petition in class. People have talked about the homelessness issue in Lexington, the refugee. We have a really big refugee population here in Lexington and different issues with that community and things that they face, different solutions that they can provide. So there's really a wide variety of things. But last night I was realizing like COVID-19, of course, is an issue that's on all of our minds. And so that can be an issue that we choose to talk about. I think, yes, at the same time that we're completely tired of hearing about this problem, There are many, many ways that we can narrow it and talk about it in a productive manner. And so you might say like, okay, well, how has this affected our campus? And how could we potentially solve that problem for like future semesters or things like that? You could think about some issues that you're facing with transitioning to online classes. But if you don't want to focus on something that there are a lot of issues that we're facing as a campus right now, just the fact that we've all transitioned to online. I've never seen this happen before. It's literally insane. But if you don't want to focus on those things, you can think about issues that you faced in your previous semester and ask yourself, okay, well, how can we solve that particular problem? Because UK will go back to being on campus, and we can think about how can we solve some of these problems that we had going forward. And so maybe that's related to food security on campus, which will become an increasingly pertinent problem, I think, for some students. How can we address making sure people have technology access or things like that? And so be thinking about that over the next couple of days, because we will be picking our groups this week. I still want you all to be able to kind of have a choice in who your group members are going to be. And so, but part of that choice, I want you to, on Wednesday, I'm going to put up a discussion board where you'll fill out kind of like a questionnaire of like what you're interested in doing. And then you'll fill out a survey based on that where you say like, oh, well, I'm interested in focusing on this problem, and so is another person in my class, so I think they would be a good person to work with. So I'll try to group people together based on their topic preferences and based on their work habits and who they want to work with, and just like a lot of different things. And this has worked pretty well in the past versus like random assignment, or you just pick people that you know in class. Well, it's just kind of like do a hodgepodge of that. So we'll have 3 to 5 people per group. I'll probably make the groups a little bit smaller this semester because you're meeting online, and I think trying to coordinate that might be more difficult. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But it'll probably be like 4 people on average per group, and those will be your classmates. And then you'll have to meet via I would recommend FaceTime, but also all of you have this platform Zoom that you can use and set up, and I'm happy to help you figure out how to host those meetings if you're not sure how to do that yet, that kind of stuff. All right, so the other change that we've had to this course is originally you were going to do something called the starting lineup video. The starting lineup video is now completely void. It is still on Canvas, but I'm changing it this afternoon. I had to give some thought to how I wanted to change this particular thing. And so I'm just going to allocate points to something that we would have just done as an in-class activity. Initially, this was you go and do an activity on campus or off campus with your group, and you video parts of it, and there are all these little parts of it. Obviously, you all can't go to the rock climbing wall together or work out at the Johnson Center together for this project. So instead, I've put together something that will be on Canvas later. It's called the $1 Million Pitch. So what you will do is you will pretend that you are pitching your topic idea and your solution to this problem to a group of investors asking for $1 million. So you'll put together a 60-second pitch. Now you can make a video of this where you it's all some kind of digital thing, or none of you are actually in the video, kind of a mini commercial, or you can do a speech style version of this. I don't really care. Last semester, I had students just get up in front of the class. They just picked someone from their group to give the pitch in front of the class. And it was worth no points. So it's like an impromptu style thing. This semester, we'll do it a little bit differently. And you will ask for $1 million. Now, here's where this gets a little crazy. Everybody in the class is going to have $1 million, quote unquote, to give. You're not allowed to give it to your own group. You have to give it to a different group. And you will get to pledge money based on these pitches. So basically, after we do these little pitches, there will be five or six pitches, one for each group. You will take those, watch them, and then vote and say, like, okay, I would give my $1 million to this group that talked about how to deal with the homelessness issue in Lexington, or I would give mine this, whatever. Then I'm going to tell each group how many pledges they got. So say a group got 3 pledges. That means they can create a $3 million budget to do their project. So you're creating a hypothetical solution. You don't actually have to go out and like implement this. Hypothetical solution, but has to fit in the budget that your pitch got you. So if you get 0 votes, you have a $0 budget to work with. And I had a few groups last year that were like, okay, we have no money to work with, so we're going to come up with a solution that doesn't require any money. And so they came up with like a business idea. Like last semester, I had students who were trying to solve the parking problem on campus, and they came up with the business idea of like a service that parks your car for you, which I would 100% pay for. So yeah, like you will base it on that. And I think this gives an opportunity for those of you that might be more business inclined or like money minded, math minded, to do something with your skills that you're like our public speaking folks might not be as good at. And so it just like allows everybody to really work together. And this is how this would maybe work in the real world, is that you're not just working with people on a presentation, but you're working with the content and with the math of it and the budget and the whole thing. So recap, the $1 million pitch will be a 60-second video that you and your group create, pitching your idea to your audience in an elevator style version. And we'll talk more about that as well as we kind of get into our groups and you start developing these topic ideas. All right, so there's that. Okay. Whew. Now I'm going to open this up for questions. You can either type into the chat box with your question, or you can unmute yourself and ask any questions. It can be about the pop culture. It can be about what I just rambled all the way through with this local community issue project. Yeah, let me know, what are your questions?
So for the $1 million pitch, are we doing that as a group or as an individual?
You will do it as a group.
Okay.
So how your group decides to do that's completely up to your group. If you want to develop the pitch together but have one person do it on camera, that's fine with me. Doesn't matter to me. At the end of the semester, you will be completing I call it a group dynamics assessment, but it's basically like you grade yourself and your group members on how well they participated. And I take that into consideration when I give the full grade. So if I hear from everybody in the group, like, hey, so-and-so did 0 work all semester long, probably I will have heard about it before we get to the end, but I like to know those things because that will affect their particular grade. And the same is true for like this particular assignment. So everybody should be involved in some way, but how you decided to be up that work is up to you and your group. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Cool. All right, Sophia asks, do we need to have an annotated bibliography for the PCC essay, or is it just normal reference page? It is just a normal reference page. So you can copy and paste your annotated bibliography to the end of your paper, but you can delete the paragraphs where you're like, this source is credible because it comes from the New York Times, whatever, you can delete that part. And Jared asks, do we need to use all 5 sources in our writing? Yes and no. The yes is yes, you have to use all, like you have to have at least 5 sources in your paper. But do you have to use all 5 that you had on the annotated bibliography? Can you change them? You can change them. Some of you have completely changed your topics since the last time we talked. That's fine. I'm not going to cross-reference your annotated bibliography and say like, oh my gosh, they said that they were going to use this article and now they're not. I'm not gonna, I don't have like, A, I don't care, and B, like, I don't want to have to go back and be like cross-reference because it doesn't matter as long as you have the sources. Cool. I'm glad I answered that question for you, Jared. All right. Other questions? About group formation. Might be nothing else. Cool. All right, well, feel free to still add in the chat box. I'm gonna kind of go through some next steps for us here. We're gonna keep today's class short and sweet, but I would love, normally I would do like a brainstorming with you all about topics, but I think just think about it over the next few days about some topics that might be worthwhile, and we'll utilize our discussion board post on Wednesday to do that topic development. All right, so next steps are this. I'm going to be uploading a video lecture to either today or tomorrow for you all to watch on Wednesday. I know that with moving out of dorms and stuff like that, I wasn't sure if we should Zoom literally every time. So for the next couple weeks, we'll be doing it just on Mondays. Then we'll have a video lecture on Wednesdays with a discussion board, and usually an assignment on Fridays. So Wednesday, you'll have a video lecture. It'll be probably 20 or so minutes. And then you'll have a discussion board, and that's going to be on group development, featuring all of the characters from That 70s Show. So if you need something to binge watch this week, you can maybe binge watch the show. And then you'll also be taking a personality test called the Enneagram. It's my favorite. I love personality tests. It's my favorite one. And I'll talk about how each of the 9 types in the Enneagram function in a group, like a group project. And you'll post some answers to a few questions I'm going to ask you all. And then you'll look at that over the next few days and say, okay, this person has a personality type that will work well with me. And I think we have a lot of things in common, so we might be good people to work on. So you'll look over all of them, and on Friday, you're going to fill out a survey with your group preferences. And you'll just list some names that you think would be good people to work with over the next 6 so weeks. And then our pop culture criticism essay is also due on Friday. Next week, we'll have Zoom lesson again. Wednesday, I will be working with you. You will already be in your groups by Monday. Wednesday, I haven't exactly figured out how we're going to do this yet, but I'm going to meet with each group individually for like 10 minutes at a time. So I'll give you all like a time slot where you Zoom me, but we'll just Zoom as like a small group versus the huge class. Sometime next week. It won't necessarily have to be on Wednesday, but maybe sometime next week. And then you will do your pitch at the end of next week. So you'll have some time to work with your group next week. Then in the coming weeks, we will have like one other week of kind of content. And then we've got like 5 classes, what we would have been like either in or out of class, where you will just be working with your group. And so I'm going to kind of check in throughout the semester, the next couple of weeks, and see how we're doing. But probably you'll have a time each of those weeks where your group specifically Zooms with me. And then the rest of the time will just be you all working on your project on your own, or, you know, asking me questions, whatever. And then our final 5 class periods, which I listed on Canvas, but someone told me I accidentally listed a Sunday instead of a Monday. They're only going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday during what would have been our normal class time. And those class periods will be for our group presentations. So each group will present in Zoom so that you're still presenting to a live audience, and you're doing it in the age of 2020 COVID-19 era, which is we're all on Zoom all the time, doing everything virtually. And this is something that I've already done several times in the past week. So it is something we're going to have to learn how to do in terms of public speaking and presentations. And then we're done for the semester. We have no final exam in this class. So hopefully that will get us where we need to go over the next couple of weeks. And I'm going to stop this share. This is recorded, and I'll upload the slides for you all. Feel free to stick around if you have any other questions. My office hours are still open to you all to just talk about real life. So if you need to talk about real life for any reason, or just process all of these changes with someone who's not your family member, that you're not staying in the house with, you can do that with me. My office hours have always been a place for that, and I hope that they will continue to be, even though we're virtual now. So with all of that in mind, we're going to end our class here today. I'm really, really excited that we do have this technology to keep utilizing. We can still kind of be in class, but it's not the same, and that's disappointing. But we will be back to real life soon, I hope. I feel hopeful about that. So enjoy the rest of your Monday. Find things to do. Create yourself a schedule of like how to get through this, and try to create some normalcy in a time that feels really, really abnormal. But I'm here for you all if you have any questions. And yeah, like I'll stick around, but you all are free to sign off, and I will see you back on Zoom next week. Bye, guys.